Of course, the biggest piece of news that came out since last we were on the air with you guys, Impact Wrestling. So Impact Wrestling, they are moving to their fourth network in 4 years. They are moving to the Pursuit channel, and it's going to be a pursuit to put yourself in a position where you could continue watching Impact Wrestling right now. Okay, so it was weird because just days before Christmas, Impact Wrestling puts out this big old press release. Maybe because, in their defense, maybe because they finally were able to finalize the deal, and that's why they were finally able to get some type of a press release out there. But basically, they put this press release out last Friday, right? Like I said, literally days before Christmas. And nobody's thinking about, well, I wonder what's going on with this company. Hey, wonder how, nobody's thinking. Everybody's trying to do their last minute shopping. So they put this press release out talking about how they're going to be going to the Pursuit channel. And when I initially had heard this news, I'm going, oh, Pursuit channel. Okay, well, let me see what's going on here with this Pursuit channel. Let me see if I get access to this. And I got Verizon Files, so I put in the name of the channel and okay, nothing's coming up. I go, okay, well, let me look at networks. Okay, A through Z. Okay, let me do that. I don't see it. I'm going, shit, I don't get the motherfucker. What the hell? And I'm bummed out. And then finally I go, well, wait a minute. Surely I get this. So I end up looking it up online and I see, oh, okay. Well, if you're a Verizon Files customer, you do get it. It's actually on channel blah, blah, blah. And I'll say this off the break for you guys. So as far as availability, DirecTV 604 HD, Dish Network 393 standard definition. If you have Verizon Fios, it is on channel 818, and that's in HD. And IPTV for you AT&T Uverse, it is on channel 644, standard definition, 1644 for high definition. All right, this is a outdoor channel. And I am getting a little sick and tired of seeing people say, why are people surprised that Impact is moving to an outdoors channel? No, you special person. It is not about people being surprised. It is about history repeating itself once again. One of my favorite Paula Abdul songs, 2 Step Forwards and 2 Steps Back. We make opposites attract, right? I love that song. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Or in Impact's case, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back is how they operate, all right? So this is just history repeating itself all over again. This is a outdoors channel. Basically, you can watch hunting, fishing, deers getting popped in the head, all that beautiful shit, all right? I've seen the channels, or rather the shows that's on there. Right now, there is only about maybe up to 10, maybe 11 shows that is on the Pursuit channel. This channel has been around since 2008. Their slogan is, we deliver the outdoors. Its headquarters is based out in Glenwood, Alabama. And Anthem Entertainment actually owns a stake in this channel. So the fact that ultimately you have Impact landing on the Pursuit channel, I mean, look, on the one hand, you could say, okay, well, this is a good thing because as far as a transitional phase goes, doing what you can to continue to build up the Impact Wrestling brand and all that. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good, a good thing if it's temporary. But when you look at the fact that Impact Wrestling and its history. I mean, I have been watching Impact since its days when it was a weekly pay-per-view show. And I think you were paying like $10 an episode or some shit like that just to be able to watch. That's how long I've been with Impact or TNA. I remember its days on FSN Network, the Fox Sports Network. I remember that. It would come on Saturdays and then sometimes, because if it was preempted by a baseball game or whatever, sometimes it would come on early Sunday morning, like maybe 12, 1 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock Sunday morning. Once in a blue moon, you would catch it Sunday afternoons, right? And then eventually it went to Spike TV. And boy, was it just running around on those days. It was on Thursdays, Mondays. Everybody remembers the Mondays because it miserably tried to go head to head with Raw. Then it went crawling back to Thursdays. Then we see it move to Wednesdays and then Fridays, and then done a lot of flip-flopping so much that it's really hard to keep track of it. It's really hard. And for me, what was really alarming was looking at the numbers for Impact Wrestling. You don't need to take my word for it. Go out there and respectfully do your own research, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But I found it so fascinating, Impact Wrestling's numbers, because when they had signed with Spike TV, let's just really pick it up from there. When they had re-signed for a multi-year extension with Spike TV, their numbers pretty damn good at that point. Their numbers were pretty damn good. They had an average of 700,000 viewers at launch to nearly 2 million viewers at the time that Spike TV had went on ahead and said, hey, we're going to go on ahead and we're going to make this multi-year deal with Spike TV. So, you hear that and you're going, wow, well, that's pretty damn good. That is pretty damn good. 700,000 viewers at launch, and now you're averaging 2 million. Wow, that's pretty good. And that goes as far back as 2012. So if my memory serves correctly, now look, I know some people are like, wait a minute, this is kind of throwing me off, Lee. Okay, go back. Sorry, that's my phone going off there. Go back to December, actually not December, go back to April 5th of 2012. Spike TV and TNA Entertainment had agreed upon a multi-year extension, maintaining Spike TV as the exclusive U.S. television home of the emerging sports entertainment company. This was an agreed upon extension to a multi-year deal of their current TV deal, right? So oh wow, okay, well this is pretty damn good for TNA. Okay, 2 million, that ain't bad at all. That is not bad at all. And then when you look at the last Impact Wrestling on Spike TV, when you look at the last rating, it wasn't that bad at all. For a final first run episode on Spike TV, it finished with a 0.83 cable rating, according to Nielsen Media Research. So basically, when you break that down as far as the viewership, it pretty much averaged 980,000 viewers for Spike TV, slightly up from the previous week's show, which had an average audience of 970,000 viewers. So that's not bad. Now, some of you guys may be saying, okay, well, that was their final episode on Spike TV. How did they do on their debut on the Destination America channel? Well, they drew 359,000 viewers for the 2-hour tape delay live special that had went down on January 1st. Remember, that deal with Destination America had only lasted 1 freaking year. That was the episode where the main event had saw Bobby Lashley defeat Bobby Roode to become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. The show pretty much was mixed by fans. So you see that number. You look at the numbers that we just told you for their final joint on Spike TV, and look at the significant drop that they had in their debut on Destination America. Now, some of you guys may be going, okay, Lee, well, how exactly did they do pretty much overall on Destination America. Run was 1 year. And when you look at it, I'm looking at the spreadsheet right here from January 16th to May 29th on Friday nights. Impact average a little bit over 406,000 first run viewers, 140 plus thousand West Coast replay viewers. So when you combine the two, you're looking at a little over 550,000 combined viewers. Now, from January 3rd up until December 9th on Wednesday nights, which included 26 weeks paired with ROH TV, Impact average 291,000 first run viewers. That is a 28% decline. Then you had 82,655 West Coast / replay viewers an hour later after the ROH episode. That's a 42% decline. So you had a total of 371,000 plus total combined viewership. That is a 33% decline. And then probably the most intriguing out of the combined numbers is when you compare the combined wrestling audience Wednesday nights. Like when you take the Friday nights and you compare it to the Wednesdays, check this out. 550,000 average of TNA's combined live and replay West Coast audience on Fridays from January 16th through May 29th. And then you have the 559,000, 885,000. That's an average of the combined audience of ROH TV, Impact, and replays on Wednesday nights from June 3rd through December 9th. When you look at the individual show stats, most watched Friday Impact had saw 691,000 total viewers on the February 2nd edition. That was the lockdown special. The least watched Friday Impact had saw 414,000 total viewers on March 13th, which is when Destination America started to sour on TNA 3 months into their working relationship. Most watched Wednesday edition of Impact try saying that 3 times fast. Most watched Wednesday edition of Impact, 451,000 total viewers on June 24th, 4 weeks into the Wednesday night run. Closest TNA got to that high point the rest of the year was 447,000 viewers on the October 7th edition following Bound for Glory. Least watched Wednesday Impact, 280,000 total viewers on November 18th when the writing was on the wall that TNA, Destination America were going to be parting ways. When you look at the age demographics on Destination America, it's very interesting. The average median age on Wednesday nights, it was 52 years old. When you look at the demographics on Friday night, 74% males, 18-49 demographic, and 26% females, 18 to 49 demographic. You see a demographic split Wednesday nights that saw 77% males, 18 to 49, and 23% females, 18 to 49. So, in essence, when TNA had shift to Wednesday nights mid-year during that time on Destination America, the audience, if you're paying attention to the stats here, it actually grew older and Impact drew a narrow audience as a result. And then when you see what ultimately they ended up doing on Pop TV, as that network, it's mostly skewed for female viewers in the 18 to 49 demographic. Yeah, to a degree, you can kind of say, Pop TV was kind of hurting them just a little bit. Now, I've seen how Impact Wrestling has been doing on Pop TV. And for those of you that are like, well, wait a minute now, what's going on with them on Pop TV? Pop TV, they have been getting some of their lowest numbers since they've been on Pop TV. For their Pop TV network debut, they did 255,000 viewers and a 0.08 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. Yeah. Not really that impressive, but when you fast forward and you go all the way to what's been happening recently, we can go and look at the best of Impact Wrestling that went about last week. Not really that impressive when you look at it. That one drew 116,000 viewers, down from the previous episode, which was 140,000 viewers. Now, some people may say, well, what we had got this past week, it was a best of. But look, man, when it's all said and done, since they've been on Pop TV, there were a couple of times where it wasn't even in the 100,000s. Maybe it only occurred 2, maybe possibly 3 times. But when you look at that decline, and this is where we really need to bring it on home here. When you look at the declining of the ratings, if you are on 4 different networks basically throughout the course of like 4 freaking years, what do you expect is going to happen? Seriously. What do you expect is going to happen when you keep moving around night after night to different time slots, and then you keep moving to different networks, and then you don't even have the common sense to try to make sure that you're able to keep the same date and time. You're just on a new network. When you have all of this craziness that's going on, and then you combine that with the number one problem I have seen with Impact Wrestling for many years now, which is there is not a full court press. If you are working in Impact Wrestling's PR department, there isn't okay, look, this is what's going on. We're going to be moving to this new network. We need all hands on deck. We need you guys to go to the Busted Open radios. We need you guys to go to, hell, the RCWR shows, the Jason Solo Monsters. We need you to go to any and every show that's out there. And we need you guys to sell us moving to this new network. And I don't know what it is with regards to the people that are in charge of the PR team, media obligations, the media division of Impact Wrestling. I can tell you there were times when we were doing the Impact Showdown radio that covered nothing but fallout from Impact Wrestling and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views and all that. I can't tell you how many times we had reached out to the PR talent relations team over the years when we still had the show. And we were saying, hey guys, look, we really appreciate the product that you guys put out every single week. Love the opportunity to interview whatever talents are available to come talk about the show, talk about any upcoming events, etc. And we always used to get turned down. And by this point, we already had a very respected and established history, an impressive resume of who all we had appear on our show. We had the stats to back it up. We also had the working relationships with a lot of the wrestling websites that's out there, very reputable wrestling websites that's out there. And they did not want to work with us in helping getting their brand over. And it was just freaking stupid. I remember one time, Robbie E may actually remember this. He may be able to back me up on this. But I remember there was one time we had reached out directly to Robbie E. And Robbie E was like, yeah, I would love to do the show. No problem. The only thing is you got to talk to so-and-so over in the talent media relations department of the company. I'd love to do it, but you got to talk with them. You got to make sure everything's cleared with them. It's, oh, okay. But you would love to do the show. Yeah, I'd love to do the show. So, reached out to this same cat that was a dick to us in the past. And I said, hey, look, this is the situation. This is what's going on. What do you say? Would you be open to helping us out? Robbie E already said they would love to do the show. Can we make something happen here? It would really mean a lot. We love to do nothing but put over the Impact product, talk about it. Y'all been making some great moves recently. What's up? And we got stonewalled. We got denied again. And it was WTF. I mean, seriously. So I've seen that be a number one issue in that organization is, and that's where companies like WWE and even Ring of Honor, hell, I've even got to give Lucha Underground credit. I can't tell you how many times I've inquired, hey, Lucha, love to talk about the upcoming season. Who's available? I can't tell you how many times these companies have been very receptive in working with us and trying to figure something out so that we can get the talent on the show to talk about these products. More than willing, more than capable, more than willing, available to talk about the product, available to talk about their employer. But yet Impact Wrestling, and look, I'm not throwing any shade on the wrestlers. I don't think it's the wrestlers' fault. The wrestlers can only take direction as it's given to them. So, I mean, honestly, look, think about it. If you're a wrestler, you do your thing for Impact, you're doing your thing on the free agency market, and that little bit of time that you have reserved for yourself, your family, you're going to do what you need to do. Unless Impact says, hey, look, we did this new deal with Pursuit. We need you to go out there. We need you to make your rounds on these interviews. If you could give us at least 3 shows this week, it's going to be you and it's going to be da-da-da. It's going to be rotated. Fucking rotated, right? Let 3, 4, 5 people be available to speak to about this new move that you're doing and get it over, get it out there, see if we can get the transcripts, all that good stuff. Let's put some stuff out there on our website, on our YouTube channel, blah this, blah that. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Podcasters, radio show hosts can be your greatest ally if you know how to use them properly. And every single time, history has shown itself that with regards to Impact Wrestling, and they make these moves, they do not do the full court press. And the numbers just keep getting lower and lower and lower. Remember what I just told you several minutes ago. Impact Wrestling, Spike TV, started off doing about 700,000, then was pulling in a little over 2 million. 2 million. And now you come all the way up to now, hours before Christmas, and they're averaging 114,000, somewhere between 100 to maybe 144,000 if they're lucky. 150 tops. That is a scary telling tale as far as I'm concerned. And look, I'm not trying to make this be a shitting on Impact Wrestling Day or anything like that. People that follow me on social media knows how I've really, all this year, I have been turning more and more to open eyes on the Impact product. I love what I have been seeing of the Impact product this year. They've been going through some growing pains, but they are doing their very best. I love guys like Moose. I love Jordan Grace. I love the fact that Katarina is back. Love that Katarina is back. We've got Killer Cross. We've got frickin' Willie Mack. Rich Swan's doing his thing down there. Sami Callihan. Not so much OVE, really Sami Callihan. Because things really started popping for me, and my head really started to turn when Sami Callihan hooked up with OVE. So I really love what Sami Callihan has been doing. You've got LAX, the OGs. I love all those guys that's doing it over there. Tessa Blanchard, Allie, Rosemary's back. I mean, all them talents tearing it up over there, right? And I've been telling people more and more, hey, check out Impact Wrestling, man. They're really putting on a really good product. But stupid crap like this, you have to learn from history so that you don't repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. This company has been around for almost 20 years. And it continues to make these mistakes. Now, some people will say, oh, well, this would have never happened if Dixie Carter understand something. Some of the decisions that Dixie Carter had made affected what is currently happening with this product to this very day. So saying that, oh, this would have never happened that is a very silly comment to be making. Not when you go back and you really trace all the steps. Okay? Look, if I could take a positive out of this, it's the fact that Anthem owns part of this network, and PW Insider, they're saying that this is not a long-term deal, that basically, and I hope it's not. I hope it's a situation where they are able to collectively use this opportunity, go at a really decent pace to really build up the brand, take care of whatever kinks needs to be taken now, work on their analytics, and maybe they can go and get whatever deal. Now, look, we don't know what networks they may have came close to, if they were even close at all to securing a deal on these other networks. Whoever is in charge of the negotiations would have to be the ones to be in the hot seat to answer those questions. All we could do is speculate. I don't really care for the speculation. I want to just deal with the facts. I can't tell you, when you went on Impact's own social media pages, be it Twitter, be it Facebook, there were so many vocal people. It was unanimous. It was very hard to ignore. People that were saying, well, I don't get this channel. I just checked. I don't get this channel. Even after the information was put out there, hey, if you get this, if you're with Fios, it's on this channel. If you're with AT&T Uverse, it's on this channel. Even after all that, you still had so many people that were saying, oh, hey, yeah, sorry, I don't get this channel. I really hope that Impact Wrestling, and I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, I'm not, but I really hope that Impact Wrestling does like MLW and they make full episodes be available, if not on their YouTube channel, make full episodes be available on their little app. What is it? The GFN or GFW, whatever they're calling it, Impact Wrestling's little app. I hope they make it be available on there. Now, one thing that I find very, very interesting that a lot of people are not talking about, and that's the fact that when you go in and you look at Pop TV and you look at the accessibility of Pop TV is available to 73.8 million households in America. That was as of 2016. Remember that number. It is available to 73.8 million households in America as of January 2016. So now when you jump, and this is by Pursuit's own website, when you go on their own website, Pursuit is available to a bit over 40 million homes. Over 34 million of them being DirecTV and Dish customers. The remainder of the viewers are various cable, OTT devices, and broadcasting stations. So look at that. 74 million on Pop, and now 40 million, but out of that 40, a little over 34 million being DirecTV and Dish. So, I mean, that's a huge significant blow. I mean, you've pretty much almost cut that literally in half when you really stop and you think about it. So it is about brand awareness. I can't stress that enough. If I could implore anything on Impact Wrestling in 2019, better brand awareness, really doing a better job, putting your talents out there. And look, if some of these talents want to throw a little bit of a hissy fit and say, I don't really want to do these interviews, slip them a little bit of money. Just be like, hey, look, all I need you to do is 5 shows this week, give you $500. Talk to them for like about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, give you $500. Just do it just like that. Now, look, on a positive note, Impact Wrestling, they've been saving on costs production-wise. They've been filming their shows out in Canada, and when it comes to some of their pay-per-view events, some of them they just do in Canada, but then you've had those where they come on back to North America. I like that. I mean, they're getting ready to come back for the homecoming in Nashville, right? I love how they keep doing that. That's smart. That works well. Costs, you're saving on money. Keep that up. I like that. These international deals that they've really been continuing to thrive on, right? That's really been helping them as well. Keep that up. What they did by hooking up with Chris Jericho, doing the whole Jericho cruise, Jericho making the announcement that the cruise is coming back. That's a continuing working relationship. Stay at it. Keep at it. You gotta stay on top of these things. You can't just assume, and this is the mentality that comes off, that radiates from Impact, the people in charge, to me as a viewer, which is, okay, we're here on this network. Come to us. And that is not how it works. That's not how it works. And I've seen a lot of fucked up jokes, a lot of cruel jokes that were out there with regards to Impact Wrestling. But you know what? When you get right down to the heart of the matter, truth hurts. But if they keep it up, yeah, they will be on public access, public broadcasting access TV. They will be there if they keep this up, right? I would imagine that the WGNs, the Sci-Fis, True TV, whoever you want to throw out there, I would imagine that with let's call it for what it is, with the poor numbers that they have right now in viewership, in terms of viewership, yeah, I would imagine that it's not exactly appealing to any of those networks right now. Not to mention, and let's really take this a step farther, because again, nobody's really talking about this, right? They're not going to break it down the way that I'm breaking it down, because I've been with this product through and through. Through and through, I've been with this product. All right? When you don't have the star power, okay? You don't have the Kurt Angles. You don't have the Stings. You don't have the Mick Foleys. You don't have the Ric Flairs. You don't have Samoa Joe. You don't have Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, James Storm, Eric Young, EC3. You don't have these guys anymore. Bobby Lashley. When I say Impact Wrestling has been going through growing pains, they've been going through growing pains. You don't have Matt and Jeff Hardy anymore. Hell, you don't even have Jeff Jarrett. Don Callis, Scott D'Amore. They have been doing a really good job under the circumstances. I mean, it almost reminds me of, I just talked about this near the top of the show, what had been happening with the Washington Redskins and how they've been plagued with injuries this whole season. And how they've been able to manage to get so far, yet so close. When I look at Impact Wrestling and I look at a lot of the pieces that they've lost and how they've been able to slowly rebuild, I see the progress. I appreciate the progress. I want for these guys to stay the course. But yes, 2019, I want them to continue to thrive. I want them to really learn from these mistakes. I'm sure if they would just have an open forum and they would engage with their audience, a lot of what I'm saying is what they're going to constantly see in the forums. A lot of what I'm saying is what they're going to be seeing on their Twitter feeds, Facebook, all that. Now more than ever, there are more people that are proactive towards Impact Wrestling, wants for this company to thrive. But with decisions like this, yes, is it bad? Yes. But long term, it's going to be very beneficial. Very beneficial. So, look, when it's all said and done, I don't want for a wrestling company to go out of business. There are a lot of really good men and women that perform for us in that ring. And I've always had the mindset of, hey, the more promotions that are out there, the more opportunities that are presented for these talents to go out there and showcase their skills, showcase their God-given talents. For the production teams, all that, it gives them an opportunity to continue to thrive as well. It gives them a place to work. It's a win-win situation for everybody at the end of the day, including the fans. So the last thing I want to see is a company go out of business, but you have to learn from your mistakes. You can't just keep going, fuck it, we'll wing it. You can't keep doing that, because sooner or later, those mistakes add up, and sooner or later, you'll run out of corners. Sooner or later, you can keep zigzagging all you want, but sooner or later, you're gonna hit a dead end. And there ain't gonna be no other direction that you can go. So, really hoping 2019 Impact really gets off on the good foot and they get off the ground running. I would not be worried about a WGN, a sci-fi. Just do what you got to do to take care of your brand, really build that product up, continue to try to be in the plus positives, take care of any red tape that's floating around out there, work on getting back to good, continue the course that you're on, and everything else will fall into place appropriately at the time allowed.